I'm so happy with that. That's exactly what I hoped it would be. Oh, this is fabulous. Can't tell you how I feel about this. It's been a long time in the making. And at this point, I'd actually like to give a big thanks to Sydney O'Sullivan from Celebrity Publishers. Oh, look, I'm out of breath. I'm so excited. Because I approached various publishers, but then soon learnt, unless you were a really well-known author, that it's so really hard to get your book published. It was actually one of my colleagues that recommended Sydney to me. And from the time I contacted Sydney, it was just full steam ahead. And I can't thank her enough for her professionalism. I had no clue what to do. She guided me every step of the way. And, you know, her design team couldn't do enough. Everything was, you know, done perfectly. They handled it beautifully. And, you know, gave me great advice along the way, advising me about the various aspects such as, you know, the legalities and getting disclaimers and all that sort of thing that you don't think of. So there's so much more to a book than just writing the content of the book. So I was, the day I was introduced to Sydney was a blessing for me because she's so experienced in this, did it so well, did it professionally, and did it thoroughly, which is really important to me. So Sydney, you're a gem. I thank you so much. And my book is done. Yay.
I've just attended an event by Cindy, and I'm just blown away by the amazing tools, the systems that she's created to help me, you know, go from not really being online, right, and being seen online with the book to actually having a book now. And so she just made everything drag and drop, gave all the tools, gave all the systems to get it done for me. And nobody has ever delivered to that extent. So thank you, Cindy, so much. And I just look forward to working with you. And if you're on the fence, make sure that you take action. Otherwise, you're not going to have that best-selling book. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful human beings. My name is Danielle Cadwell. I'm a synchronized swimmer, an Olympian, a speaker, a coach, and now an author. Thank you to Celebrity Experts and Publishers and Sydney O'Sullivan. So I was lucky enough to go to the Rio 2016 Olympics for Australia and compete on the synchronized swimming team. And because my journey was quite unusual to getting there, I just had this deep desire within me afterwards to share my story with the world. Now, I was trying to write my book for about 2 years, but I just kept hitting roadblocks. I just didn't know how to structure it, how to get it out there to the world, and how to share it and how to market it. And after about 2 years of trying, I found Celebrity Experts and Publishers at the end of 2018 and Sydney O'Sullivan, and within a few weeks I figured out how to structure my book, how to write it, and within 3 months, I wrote my book and it was out there in the world. What I love about what Sydney does is that it's the whole process. You know, you are helped along the way of understanding how to structure a book, understanding how to write it. You're helped through the editing process. They do the design for you. They help you with the cover. They do all of that. And not only that, but they also help you market it and get it out there to the world. Because as an author and as a writer, all you want to do is share what you love, share your story, and it's so wonderful to let the experts do the rest. And I'm so excited to say that in the last couple of days, my book actually hit #1 on Amazon, and that would not have been possible if I wasn't able to find Sydney and the whole team at Celebrity Experts and Publishers. So I'm so freaking grateful to them, and I honestly suggest to anyone that if you can, work with them, because you know, what are the chances that within about 8 months of finding Sydney and not having a book at all, now my book is not only written out into the world, I'm having my book launch this week, but it's also #1 on Amazon. So that is pretty amazing. And if you get a chance, go grab a copy of The Unlikely Olympian on Amazon. Have a great day, people. All the best with your book.
Danielle Catawell is addressing those barriers in her new book, The Unlikely Olympian, and she joins us this morning. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And welcome back to Vancouver.
Yes. I asked myself the question, would I rather try and fail or always wonder what if? And I realized that I would rather go for it with the possibility of failure, which I truly believe is just a learning lesson at the end of the day, to be able to make this possible.
Danielle Catawell shares how she overcame those doubts and tapped into her fears to achieve her dream. We are so happy to have Danielle joining us in studio today, and this really is a fascinating book. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
To pay you a compliment first.
Thank you.
You did mention I worked with Anthony Robbins. I was the CEO for Anthony Robbins. Brian Tracy and I have traveled around the world speaking.
I feel so honored that you stayed the whole weekend.
Oh, it was wonderful. You know,
Thank you.
It doesn't matter what level you're at. You know, you have to find the right information. And what you find is that it's not always what's up on the slides, but it's the things that you hear in between from an expert that actually tweak your brain. And that's really what you're looking for. So it's really important. I wanted to pay you a compliment because a lot of people get up on stage and say that they know this stuff very well. You know, they're reading a book and then just jumping up on stage. But what I saw from watching you this weekend was your integrity. And I appreciate that so much. I am going to apply because I do want to venture with you. Well, we'll have a chat.
We'll have to make sure that our values are aligned, but I'd say we're pretty
My qualifications aren't that good, but let's check it out. My point is, if you're thinking about this, stop thinking about it. Get your butt in there. At least apply.
Oh, thanks, JJ.
Hi, I'm Nicola Grace, the Mission Mentor. I'm an author, a speaker, and a trainer. And while I help other people step it up and make a big impact in the world, I was dragging my heels about stepping it up in my business. And I knew that I needed to get out there and speak to larger audiences and make a bigger impact with the amount of people that I was touching. So when I came across Sydney and what they were offering, I just pounced on it because I knew it was a thing that was going to take me over the threshold, and it was going to get me to where I wanted to go and make sure I got there, held me accountable, and had a team that were working behind me, propping me up to say, yeah, go get it, go for it. And since I've joined their program, I've not looked back. I have quadrupled my sales within the first 2 months of working with them. They are the hardest working people you could ever possibly imagine. I can't say enough about it. My marketing strategies are so much better. My copy is better. My conversions are better. My webinars are better. I actually have a team that's supporting me. I've got an awesome mastermind group of peers that are helping me, and I'm helping them. We get to share our talents with each other. There is just so many things that have really made a big impact in my business that I know would make a big impact in your business. So if you're holding yourself back from playing a bigger game, if you're wanting to get out there and speak more, if you're speaking already but your marketing's a bit shonky and it's not getting the results, then you need to work with Sydney. So this isn't going to be another one of those programs that you invest in and then you get disappointed or you get let down or you don't get your return on your investment. If you're going to step in 100%, they're going to step in 400% and make sure you cross the threshold and reach your goals.
To my surprise, my book coming in 3 months, and to my surprise, it's so beautifully designed. And you know, it's for me, it's like PhD of my life. I just write about how I start write poetry. She combined poetry and the story about this poetry. It's only 9 chapters, but it's so give me so much confidence in life. And she spent a lot of time with me, which I'm forever grateful. And she just connect me with people who just helped me to write this book, helped me to publish this book, and helped me to get #1 bestseller. Thank you, Sydney. I'm grateful forever.
I found Sydney on Facebook. I found it through an ad, and my first initial thought was, oh my gosh, I found my go-to person. Found her. Finally, someone that can mentor me and support me. And one of the parts is writing a book. There's the structure there, but I felt like I needed a mentor to help me on that process, so then that way I could really establish myself. And then when I looked at your Facebook account and then got in contact with you through LinkedIn and Facebook, I'm like, yes, this is my go-to person. This is the person that's going to set me up for success and be outstanding. Really enjoyed the process, and it's just skyrocketed. So I'm already on to a second book. Oh, so my first book, I did actually start it in March of this year. We are now in October. But what happened was it's called writer's block. So I then saw your ad, and it sort of propelled me a little bit further to complete it. Like, I got the blueprint on how to structure it even further, and it was such easy steps that it took the fog away and made it so clear. And it was like I saw a bright light, and I was like, oh, I can see it now. See it so clearly. Doing the photo shoot and doing the videos, it's great because now I can take that with me and I can play around with my content for Facebook and social media. We've got books inside us, and if we keep that inside us, we're being selfish and we're not having that ripple effect. So with Sydney doing that to us, we're then able to then have that ripple effect, and that's magic. Just do it. So I actually see myself going around Australia, sharing my stories. I felt like that I was trapped in a jail cell because I've been in the corporate world, and when you're in the corporate world as an employee, you feel stuck. Groundhog Day, you're doing the same thing day in, day out, and this just opens up opportunities. And I always say it's like bright white light. So yeah, that's what I see.
Hi, my name is Sharon Tan, best-selling author of Legacy Living. I'm here tonight at my book launch. Now, none of this would have been possible without Cindy O'Sullivan, the greatest publisher ever. Cindy has just been amazing. She's supported me, she's given great help and personal care and everything else along the journey to bring me to being a bestseller. So I'm absolutely thrilled. So if you are wondering about the book that's within you and what to do with it, I say go to Cindy O'Sullivan, because she is the best, and she will certainly turn your book into a bestseller.